From the finest of fine dining to the Magnolia Bakery cupcake to bagels made famous by TikTok, New York City dining changes a lot in 25 years. The New York Times is out with an interactive timeline mapping out the meals and the moments and the milestones that defined how we've eaten in restaurants over the last quarter century. They highlight things like the 2003 smoking ban, the rise of resi reservations, an open table. The article is a deep dive into the way dining has become a cultural event in itself. Becky Hughes is with us this morning, assistant editor at the New York Times, who focuses on cooking. She writes the Where to Eat New York City newsletter. Good morning. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
This is a tall order to summarize 25 years of food and
It really is. It was
How did you
fun.
go about this?
I mean, it was so hard to lose. There was so much that I wanted to include. It would have taken 25 years to scroll through it if I'd included everything. And so there was a lot of stuff that I had to lose that I wish I could have included. I could have made it 5 times as long easily.
He mentioned it in the introduction, but Magnolia Bakery, those cupcakes appearing on Sex and the City, crazy that they didn't even really mention where they were, but that really shaped pop culture and food coming together.
It really was amazing. I mean, it's like 76 seconds or something that they show the Carrie and Miranda sitting outside of the bakery.
Well, at the time, it was novel to see the line on that street corner that followed. Everybody wanted to go to that exact location, get the cupcake.
Yeah, it's really miraculous. And then it's sort of, I kind of think that that's where the cupcake craze took over across the entire country. It's sort of like that was the first, major cupcake moment.
The banana pudding is actually my Magnolia thing.
You do love the banana pudding.
I wouldn't have thought of the smoking ban as something that you would include in a New York City dining retrospective, but it really did change the feel of restaurants.
Yeah, I think people were really, people thought it was going to be a death knell for businesses, for restaurants, for bars, because smoking was such an integral part of going out in New York. And obviously it has not done any of that. And I think a lot of people are grateful that there's not smoking inside, especially people who work in restaurants. New York was one of the first major cities to ban it. And then after that, all of Europe, Paris, no smoking inside. New York did it first. So it kind of is a really interesting part.
And then you get into technology in a bunch of different ways, whether it's Yelp reviews or online reservations.
Yeah.
How did that change dining in New York?
I mean, entirely.
Because you can't get a table anymore because of the online reservations.
No, really.
Because somebody is hoarding the table to try to sell it.
Yeah, as soon as there were online reservations, there's a secondary market. Like you can, buy and sell reservations online now that we have all of this technology. We have bots that log on and take up all the good reservations for these places that are already hard to get into. Kind of antithetical to hospitality.
Can you get us into Fort Charles for
I can't get me into Fort Charles. You might have a better shot. I think maybe that's.
Break to chat.
Well, we talked about the Sex and the City, which was essentially a viral trend before we knew what a viral trend was. But there are all these TikTok places that they don't know that they're about to go viral, and all of a sudden they're just having a regular Tuesday. And then Wednesday morning comes and all of New York and every tourist in New York is at their doorstep.
Yeah, it's amazing. I kind of think of it as a double-edged sword because obviously you can be only so prepared to not know if your business is going to blow up completely overnight. And so a lot of times there's like a lack of preparedness in these restaurants. It's shocking. It's exciting. And like one of the things I wrote about was Swedish candy. Did you see all this Swedish candy crazy boom on TikTok? There was a Swedish candy shortage. It's like, it's a good thing and a bad thing and can sometimes just be overwhelming to a business.
What's the thing that you've waited for the longest and did it live up?
I definitely was waiting in line for cronuts in 2013.
Oh, those live up.
Yeah, a cronut is an amazing thing. It really is. And now you don't know, like that was a time when the food had to really match up to the expectation because it was so rare. Now I don't want to wait in a line for much because I
well, there's another one tomorrow if you're not on today's bandwagon.
Exactly.
Well, we look forward to the next 25 years of dining. Thank you for sharing this with us this morning. Again, a new feature in the New York Times looking back at the past quarter century. We'll take a break on Mornings on One and come back with our top stories in a couple of minutes. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.